The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Wow.
Welcome to the show.
Hump day!
We're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 93 degrees. The high is 95. It feels like 100. The low tonight is 75.
And it kind of feels like the gang is back together, but not quite. Across from me, I got Kurt, three pumps.
Three.
Three pumps.
Off season, 3 pumps. Off season, 3 pumps. Daniels on the phone. The great Nathaniel Nate Newton, Shannon Gross in the back, Paul, and I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People when we speak.
Brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Go try the new fries. Still haven't done it yet. According to Jesse, they're the bomb.
Paul said being on covering our show now. He said we made him go to Wingstop. He went to Wingstop the other day.
Nice. What'd you think, Paul?
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's what the young people call good.
Gas.
Yeah.
I call gas.
You call something. I know.
Hey,
Yeah, all the folks call gas.
Nate, before we get to you, tell you a little story about what's developed here live in the studio. You know, Kurt told us in the rundown he probably wasn't gonna be here yesterday or Monday. Probably won't be here Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesse slid over into your seat on Monday for camera purposes. Paul asked him to get over here where the wide shot you could see the two of us. Jesse evicted Kurt and he squatted in his seat and he would not give it up.
All right.
No,
Maybe I'm in Jesse's seat. How do you know?
Yeah.
Man.
It's actually Nate's seat, so we'll see what happens when Nate comes back to
my days begin to run together on me, man. And I thought Kurt said he wasn't going to be here today, so I sat here so that we camera purposes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't.
We'll see.
He's like, it's Tuesday, right? I'm like, no, man.
I was like, yeah.
Wednesday.
I was like,
He's got a lot going on.
Yeah, I got a bunch of things going on. I was like, dang.
So are you here Friday, Kurt?
I doubt it.
Okay. Don't know for sure.
Wow.
Can I sit here?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can sit there whenever you want. You just might have a challenger in about 2 weeks.
I won't challenge him.
So
Put them paws on you. It's going to hurt.
speaking of him, Nate Newton, you got exposed to the multiverse yesterday. Tell us, we heard all kinds of bad things about the run game and the offensive line, and what did you see firsthand from someone witnessing it in person?
And let me say this before you start, Nate. I held off so much because I wanted to call him yesterday as soon as the practice was over. And I said, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait for tomorrow, and I'll just let him tell us. So I am anticipating this myself. I called some other folks, but I was like, I'm gonna wait. I want to hear
I'm
what
glad
Nate
you
got
did
to
that
say.
so we can see it, hear it all together.
Absolutely.
Is it going to be a long season, Nate?
Yes, it's going to still be a long season. But what I saw yesterday was when I first looked at it, I'm like, wow. They kept seeming like they was hitting us in the backfield, and that was more because they were out scheming us. They were a little bit further along in their scheming than we were doing. We were staying as basic can be. So when the center point out to the strength, to the weakness, all of a sudden you see a safety slipping there, or you see a corner come off the edge, and they was kind of hitting us in the backfield. And so you was like, wow, okay. But you go back and get with the coach and look at some film, and you'll see a lot of times guys were on their men, but they would just, but the Rams had an extra man. Now, granted, their tempo was way higher than ours. I thought we had a good tempo going with our pads in the days that we had on pads, but they have another level of tempo. And they brought it. Poona Ford made some plays. Over 65, 70 plays guys going to show who they are. So Puna Ford made some plays. The Pitts kid made some plays. The Verse, not so much. The Verse didn't show up as much as he did the year before. I mean, he was just doing a lot of yapping. I mean, a whole lot of – he never stopped talking. So, but it was a good thing for your left tackle, Nate Thomas. He did okay. Your right guard, he got baptized a little bit, but he got his plays in too. It's just they could never figure out what was the strength, who was going to who. So when they did their double teams, it was not your deuce blocks, your 2-on-1 blocks. They never knew who they was coming off on, seemed like, and it was always a step slow. Talking to the offensive line coach, they just got to pick up their speed. They got to pick up their eyes, understand what's going on, who they're going to, and that's just more about scheming and understanding who you went into yesterday. Like I said, these guys looked good out here going against each other, but it was just another level of speed because if you made a mistake, you got punished for it, and it looked bad. But you got to know what you're looking at on film. Now, our tight ends, I love Coach Wells, Linda Wells, but, bro, they got to pick it up now. Our tight ends got to pick it up when it comes to run blocking. They got to pick it up, my friend.
I was listening to Coach Schottenheimer do his presser right before our show came on, and one of the things he mentioned about that he didn't like about what he saw was that the Cowboys had their pads high, meaning a lot of offensively and defensively in those trenches. They just had a lot of high pads, not getting under guys, not being able to move guys because their pads were high. Did you see some of that on both ends for the Cowboys?
I didn't see a lot of the defense. I was just focused in on our offensive line because those are the newest set of guys that we have for as non-veterans, the right guard and the left tackle. So I stayed all day with them and just saw a little bit of the defense. And what I saw of the defense, it was more the pass. They was getting scorched up on the pass. But for our offense, yes, they're going to have to get their pad level a little bit lower. They're going to have to know who they're coming off to, and I think it will be better because we listened to the same press conference. Just Coach was saying we stayed as basic as we could stay. The Rams are not on that level. They're on that next level, so they can run a few different schemes, give you a few different funky looks, and it can confuse your offensive line. So I talked to Coach Riley, the offensive line coach, and he said they're going to work on that. But right now, they got to just get the basics now of who they are individually, pick up their speed, pick up their physicalness. I mean, when you are confident and you know where you're going and you know who you are and what's your role at your position, you play faster. These guys didn't play fast yesterday. They played okay, but not fast and not aggressive, And that's what your right tackle got to pick up, and that's what your left tackle, your right guard got to pick up, and your left tackle has to pick up the speed of their game. They're going to be okay, but it's going to be some work, fellas. This ain't going to be no easy road now. It's going to be some work.
It sounds a little concerning because we've been hearing about what great pace Schottenheimer's had the practices going, and it's been all out, guys running this and that. And now you're telling us that they were way behind what the Rams are.
Not just a step. It's called it's knowing. Like it's certain things. If Jesse wrote a story, I can look at it and read it 1,000 times and not pick up what's going on. But you can read it one time and say, Jesse, you need to punctuate here. You need to cut this off. We got to take this out. It's just knowing who you are, what you're working with, and being confident. They did not look confident. The Rams looked like they've been there before, fellas. They just did. They all knew where they was going, how they was going to get there, and it's just a different pace. And that looks better. The Cowboys look disjointed. They did not look disjointed. They look like even when the Cowboys made plays on them, you can say, okay, this safety blow this job, or this corner didn't cover right. You couldn't say that every time for the Cowboys. It's like, okay, who made that mistake? And everybody kind of looking around when it did happen. They had some winning plays now. they had some winning plays. The Cowboys had some winning plays, but it wasn't as many as the Rams, which for me was expected.
Is this normal for a team, Nate, in your perspective, that is under a new head coach and a new defensive coordinator, or should they be further along, or are they right on pace to where they need to be, kind of clicking on all cylinders by week one?
We all know that until we do something, and we do it against people that are equal or better, you don't know what the pace is. Now the good players, they're going to adapt to this pace. You know, if you got any dog in you, you're going to adapt and you're going to pick up and you're going to get better. To me, I'm not going to panic until 4, 5, 6 games into the year. I'm just not. These guys got to be given a fair chance to grow. And like Kurt said, the way I'm bringing it is, oh my God, is we gonna win a game? Yeah, I think we'll win a game, but it's gonna take some time. But in today's NFL, that is something you don't have. It's time. People want it instant right now, man. Pour it in a glass.
5 or 6 games,
hot
it might
water
be too late.
Yeah.
Say what?
You give them 5 or 6 games to figure it out. That might be too late.
Not figure it out, but just get better.
Yeah.
Get better. Get unity. Get the plan together. You have a new right guard, and the way this thing looks, you gonna have a new left tackle going into the first game. Okay, you just got a second-year center. So it's not gonna be. Because we're used to 4 or 5 years ago, we never worried about that. We like, we got Tyron, we got Zach, we got Frederick. All these great years of having guys like that, we never worried about it. It was like, what the running back going to do? Oh, can we get an extra wide receiver? Well, you got a new offensive lineman. And that's just how it's going to be. We just don't pop in, instantly.
We know how you feel. It's well documented how you felt about the scrimmage last year against the Rams because about every 3 weeks you'd be like, fellas, I told y'all this back in training camp what was going to happen.
Right.
Compare last year to kind of the way you saw it this year. Do you feel as bad as you did last year?
No, I don't, because like I say, once I got in there with the coaches and looked at the film, and when Coach came out today and said what he said, it's the same things I saw. Mm-hmm. Guys coming off late on double teams, and when you in the right guard, he's blocking the guy, but he ain't dominating. He ain't moving him. He ain't rock blasting him. He's just maintaining. When you're maintaining a scrimmage like this, the defense wins. Mm-hmm. If you're in a game, if you got the right back there, because our backs missed like 4 or 5 cuts, and Blue, Jaden Blue, I think his name is, he missed like 2 or 3 major cuts, that everybody saw like, whoa, but he missed it. It's just the speed of the game caught him. I mean, and so Javon Williams, he missed a cut or 2. So it wasn't pretty, fellas. It wasn't pretty, but if you look at the film, and I hate to sound like a coach, it wasn't as bad as I'm screaming it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people taking their turns or messing up. It just didn't look good. But I feel better this year.
They weren't
but
maybe.
Now, I understand this, Kurt, understand this right here. We've been had to sell the same results. Well,
it sounds like they weren't like last year you were saying they were like bullied by the Rams. And it sounds like this year it wasn't so much that.
It wasn't, bro. At least we got at the Rams. I said we had some winning plays, and we got it where guys had their hands inside in their chest, finishing them on a couple of plays, and it made the Rams kind of mad. Last year, it was like a D9 bulldozer. You just ran through here and scraped up our whole team.
What you got going on? Can you hang out for another segment, or you got to roll?
It's on y'all, man. I mean, hey, I'm rocking with y'all and Kurt back fighting for a seat. I'm sorry, Kurt. I hope
That's all right.
Y'all know Kurt, my boy,
How do
man.
y'all know? I'm sitting in Jesse's seat. Maybe I took Jesse's seat.
Yeah, he can have any seat he wanted in him, man.
You didn't take Jesse's seat.
I
That ain't
hope
your
yeah.
personality.
I'll be back when you get back, Shannon. I'll be here when you get
All
back.
right, we're going to keep you for another segment because I know Jesse's got a lot of questions. I think we got some more since you had eyes on practice to see what you saw. We've heard what everybody else in the Dallas media that wasn't there saw. And I'm not sure how a lot of them even know about this because there wasn't a broadcast of practice. So we want to hear it from the source, the guy that was there that saw it. When we come back for the second segment of Hanging with the Boys.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt,
Yeah.
they've lost their mind upstairs. We've been saying it the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
We don't know what happened. We're not sure how it happened, but we're glad that it happened. They are going to let one lucky listener join us on the show the Monday after the Green Bay game. They're going to get to come on the show. We're going to have a wing drop. They're going to get to order their own wings, get to do what they want. It's going to be amazing. How do you guys feel about that? Do y'all feel good about that?
Great.
I love it. I
I
love the
love
fact
it,
that
man.
I love it. They trusted the crazies with some promotional stuff. I love it, man.
It's going to be fun. So if you are an avid, anyone, go register, but especially if you're one of our avid listeners, because we want someone that calls into the show. Muhammad, go enter, fly over here, come on the show. Whoever.
Pastor Q.
Pastor Q, G from Jersey, all you guys, go
Down in
enter.
Florida. Let's
Anthony, yeah.
www.dallascowboys.com/Wingstop/2025 to register to win. It's
No
gonna
computer.
be a great time. Computer, you go
No
register 100 million
No
times
computer.
and come on this show.
hard on you.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Wow.
He might have quit. You might have run him off finally, Jesse. He doesn't text me anymore.
He still watches.
I get no love.
He still watches. He watches in incognito mode.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right.
He still watches.
All right, Nate, back to you. Kurt,
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, what other questions you have for Nate?
As far as when you know you're talking about the running game, were there any backs? Because that's one of the things that coach has talked about. He said it's going to be a physical running football team. In his words, not mine, that we're going to run it up opponents.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. right? And so whether that's Javonte or Miles Sanders, I know he didn't practice, and Jaden Blue and Hunter Lipke and little Tink is out with the hamstring. But was there any signs of the running game yesterday that kind of gave you hope that said, you know what, we might be able to tote this thing a little bit in the running game?
You know, like I said, they had a few nice runs. Javon Williams had a couple of nice runs. Jaden Blue, once he figured out that, you know, see hole, hit hole, you know, your speed ain't going to just make it where you can make a mistake. He did. He started doing a better job. Hunter Lipke scored in the red zone. So, I mean, but I'm hoping Hunter Lipke ain't going to be our main guy, you know, so.
Is anybody stepping up yet?
No. We're going to have to see in the preseason. I don't know if Miles Sanders will play, but the other guys got to play because there's nobody has taken the lead, in my opinion.
What'd you see? We've heard all camp long that Turpin's a big part of this offense.
Yes,
lining up at running back, receiver. What did you see from him yesterday, and what do you think that's going to translate to in the season?
He scored 2 touchdowns. He's been running the routes that they have given him nicely. Minimal drops. You know, last year a bunch of drops. Minimal drops. You know, Jesse Holly said he can still do a better job of catching with his hands. I just say as long as he catch it, I'm good. You know, so you know, so that's just how I feel. Catch the ball, man. Because we other than that, man, like I told you guys, one of the best plays yesterday was by Milton to Jalen Brooks. But they had a nice right up the seam. Boy, it was beautiful, man. And Will Grill threw a nice one to Turpin. So they had some plays now, you know, and that's why I hate to sound like the Grim Reaper, but it just wasn't enough big plays, good plays, so you can come in and say, yeah, we took it to them. We didn't. We held on. Just my opinion.
From what you saw defensively, you know, no Mozzie in the middle. Don't know if that matters any or not. But what you saw from the defensive side of things, you know, we know what the questions, we had the questions all last year. Hell, for the last couple of years. We know what the questions were when we left the offseason. We know what the questions were when we got to free agency, to the draft, to minicamp, to OTAs, and now training camp. From what you saw, were there anything that you looked at and you go, you know what? That question has been answered, whether it's from the DB's perspective. We know that we were light and injured there. Of course, in the middle, being able to hold up there, linebacker play. Was there anything that you saw that made you go, all right, those questions that we had were answered on the defensive end?
No. Damone Clark had some nice things happen yesterday. He read some things, got on it, got some hits for some losses. Kenneth Murray came in and did a nice job. The kid Jack Sanborn, he's been solid. He's been solid getting everybody lined up, and those are the guys that I've seen when I just peeked over there for a little bit. They did a pretty nice job coming up in the first. They came right out of stretching right into team run and team pass. So they opened it up, getting after it. So from the little bit I saw, those 3 guys stood out. I want to say something good about the number 41, Donovan.
As a rocker.
Yeah. This dude can run. This dude, his speed makes up. If he make a mistake, his speed makes up for it, man. He's active. He's everywhere. He's kind of like a DeMarvin Overshown type guy, but a little bit thicker, a little bit bulkier, not as tall and long. But this kid is doing okay. My man didn't show up as much as I thought he would, Sam Williams, but I didn't see a whole lot of the defense, so I don't want to say he didn't show up at all. But just a little bit that I saw, you know, he didn't make that impact that he's been making all during camp, you know. So
can I ask a dumb question?
No question is dumb question.
Dumb questions. I think I know the answer to it, but I want to check. So when they're doing these joint practices, the they're going simultaneously. So offense,
Yes,
correct.
offense on one field,
Schottenheimer
defense
said he
on the
couldn't
other
see the
field.
defense and all that. So.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
2 fields are going right now. So,
Yes.
so think about now sometimes they'll bring everybody together to go good on good, right? But you'll have Dak in the offense over with their one's defense.
Yeah.
And then you'll have Jimmy Garoppolo and the Rams offense going over with
Right.
the Cowboys defense on separate fields.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Right.
then at some point in time, they'll bring it together and they may do 10, 12 plays where everybody's right there. It's one field, everybody's on the sideline, and then you kind of go from there. So, yeah.
And they only did that for special teams to kind of the first special team period they went through, because unlike pass practices, no one-on-one pass rush, 7-on-7 wide receivers and all of that, and one-on-one DB receiver. It was all team one, team two, and some of it featured more pass, some of it featured more runs. Then they had the red zone, then they had the 2-minute drill, but it was mostly all 11-on-11.
Do the ones get most of the work, or are they still kind of protecting them in these
They go
situations?
4. No, the ones got work. Everybody, their ones and our ones. The only person I didn't see was their quarterback.
Yeah, he's out. So
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Stafford's out with the back injury. He's
Right.
been taking an epidural, they say. He's been out with the back injury and hasn't practiced a snap.
We need to stay away from Mama, boy. Mama working.
Yeah, yeah, he hasn't practiced a snap yet this training camp. So they're trying to conserve and preserve that back for at some point in time during when the season starts. But
3 pumps. Tell him what to do, 3 pumps.
Stay hydrated. Warm towel on.
Yeah,
That's a good one. I'm going to tell him. That's my homeboy. I'm going to tell him.
We know where Tyron puts his towel. Where do you put your towel?
yeah, put the warm towels on the neck. Keep the neck strong.
Hey, Nate, I know you don't like to get into this kind of talk all the time, but this is kind of a big deal, and maybe you have some insight because you've been behind that closed door with Mr. Jones years and years ago, and I'm sure his strategy has stayed pretty much the same over those years. What do you get in being out there around the guys and the team? What's your gut feeling on this contract thing? From afar, it kind of seems like it's starting to get. Just from what I hear and the way Jerry's talking about it, he seems a little agitated, almost condescending kind of tone towards Micah and, taking little digs here and there. Is that just part of the showmanship and the gamesmanship of this contract negotiation, or is this thing got potential to be bad and not Micah not be on the field the first game?
With Jerry, it is. Fellas, for us, you're talking anywhere from $150 to $200 million. That's the world to us. Mm-hmm. But Mr. Jones have been there and done that. And I'm not taking nothing away from Michael. He chronicled everything well. When you first read his story of 4 or 5 days, how he wanted to be a Cowboy, how he did this, how he was ready last year and the year before, and he didn't care about at that time. But all of this being said, his agent never talked to Mr. Jones. And Mr. Jones never talked to him. It was always through Michael. Now, I don't know what Michael and Mr. Jones talked about, and I'm not going to even act like I do. But Mr. Jones has all the rights to Michael for the next 3 years. And so now the only question I have, is Michael tough enough, to say, I'll just play 7 games this year. I'll miss most of the season, because until Mr. Jones is ready, to give up the money or to whatever it is what it is. That's how everybody like, Nate, you seem like you're unconcerned. I am. I'm not getting none of that. I ain't gonna see a penny of that, But I know this team is better with Michael. I know this team can practice a little bit different with Michael. I know this team will play a little bit different with Michael. But other than that, fellas, I stay my distance. When I see Mr. Jones, I just say, hey, thank you for having me out, Mr. Jones. You know, I go on about my business. I speak to Micah. Hey, Micah, how you doing today, brother? Be strong. I go on about my business. Because this one time, bro, I really, it is what it is. It's ugly, and the fans are cheering, God, don't be Nico, Mr. Jones. Don't be Nico. You know, Mr. Jones could be Nico and everybody else who wants to be. He owns the whole kit and caboodle. You know, that Nico don't own that. Mr. Jones owns it all. So I be just laughing. It's fun. For me, it's fun. Now, I know for Mr. Jones, it may not be fun. And I know it ain't fun for Michael, because you ought to see sometime when he walking off the field and Mr. Jones talking, he be like, if the eyes could only speak, you know. Yeah, he be walking on the field. He'll try not to act like he looking over that Jets, but you know it's hard when a man got your money. When a man got your money, you think he got your money, you gonna be cutting your eyes at it. Yeah.
Well, I hope for the fan base in Dallas that they get this worked out, because we can't take two of these in 1 year. I mean, as Dallas sports fans, we cannot take two in 1 year. They might burn this city down if that happens, man. I mean, you know, hey, welcome Rangers and Stars, #1 and #2, baby. Oh, well, Nate, thanks for spending 2 segments with us, man. We miss you. When you coming back?
Hey, man, I don't know, man. I just did. Hey, I'm going to stay out here and see how this Micah thing is out.
Well, Jesse, you'll be out
I'll be
next
out
week?
Sunday.
Sunday?
You coming out Sunday, Jesse?
I'll be there Sunday.
Oh, man, I was going to come home, but I may stay now. If you really coming, I may stay.
Brother, my flight, I'll tell you when my flight lands. My flight, I'll be there Sunday.
Yeah. If y'all are both out there, we may talk to Chris about just letting y'all do the whole show from California. That'd be a better show.
Man, we need y'all guys, man. We need y'all guys.
I told him that the same thing, Nate.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we need y'all. We're a team, bro.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Yeah.
I don't know, can they do it technically? I don't know.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
We got Mike, but Jess is our Micah, you know, but all the shows he's doing, he's our Micah. Jess, you don't need more money.
Jesse's becoming very familiar with contract negotiations.
Yeah. I am.
He didn't have to negotiate many in the league. It was just like, what you going to pay me? All right, I'm good.
Now I get a chance to negotiate contracts. Now I get to say whether or not I want to take that deal or not.
All right, Nate. We appreciate it, brother. We will talk to you Friday.
Okay.
Friday, right?
Friday.
Yeah.
God bless,
Friday.
man.
All right, man.
Thank y'all for having me on, man.
You bet.
Tell Paul, be ready to talk. We do have a team here.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We'll do. All right. We'll be right back for the final segment of Hanging with the Boys right after this break.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Kurt!
Yeah.
Go to 7-Eleven. Okay. You might run into Jesse there.
Oh, yeah.
Pump 8.
On Pump 8, baby.
Because there's a $5,000 winner every single day when you shop with 7 Rewards. Go shop with 7 Rewards and play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/26. U.S. and D.C. ages 16 and over. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-a-day.com/rules. This is a cool game because normally you have to be 18 and over to play. This one you only have to be 16 or over. Nice. There you go. It's a fun game. You get to scratch off little.
Yeah, you done it a few times.
Yeah.
Right.
Once I downloaded the app, I sure did.
Nice.
All right, fellas, what'd y'all take from what? Any concerns jump out from you? You encouraged by what Nate had to say? Because last year we know how he felt. Yeah. Sounds like it's just kind of things you can. And Kurt, I know what you were asking. Is it a bad thing that Schotty only watched the offense as the head coach? Jesse, that's stuff you coach from the film, right? You go back and look at the defense, or do you need to have eyes on the defense too? Does he need to be a walking head coach?
Nah, he's an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So
trust in your staff, right?
He's going to be on the offensive side. Like that's his baby. He's trusting Eberflus to do what he has to do. And I played for 2 coaches here in Dallas who were opposite sides of the ball. When I was here with Wade Phillips, who was a defensive guy, he spent a lot of his time with the defense.
Yeah.
He would come in and have his early morning, team meetings. But when we broke that thing down, Coach Phillips was down there with the defense. He may come down there and pick his head into the offensive meeting room every now and again. He may come and sit in 5-10 minutes. And the same thing, when Jason Garrett took over, offensive guy. He was a head coach. He spent his time doing the head coach duties in the big team meeting. When we broke up offense, defense, he was down there with us in the offense. And the defensive coordinator was doing his thing. Same thing at practice. Yeah. So whatever the head, unless he's a walk around head coach, unless he's Dan Campbell or Mike Tomlin, those type of coaches that don't call a specific side of the ball, they're going to be walking around. But those who don't are going to spend time on the side of the ball which they're familiar with. Yeah. They're the defensive side of the ball coach. He's going to be more on the defensive side. He'll come and peek his head on the offensive field and kind of stand over there a little bit. But if he's an offensive guy, he's going to be in that offensive side, watching those things, really looking at what's happening because that's the side that he knows.
Does that make it harder at all because you don't have a singular voice that can kind of what's he going to tell the defense to do?
Nothing.
Right. So I mean, it almost seems like you have a division of 2, and it's I don't know why we're talking. It's too late in the game now.
When Wade was here, did he have anything to say about the offense?
Nope.
So that's not abnormal.
Nope. Nothing. He had nothing to say about the offense. I mean, let's just say we had a day where offense is jumping off sides. He jumps in. We got to be better, guys. But he ain't talking about nothing X's and O's. He don't know what the hell going on X's and O's wise, and vice versa.
So as an offensive player, would you be like, whatever, Wade?
Nah.
No.
That's still a head coach.
Okay.
That's still a head coach. You know what I mean? But I do think Schotty understands. Schotty would only be yelling at the defensive guys if there's a penalty, if there's something stupid that happens, a guy, you know what I mean? Other than that, he's solely dependent upon Matt Eberflus being the one who controls his tempo. And then when they go and watch the film as a unit, as a coaching unit, and, they're watching things and he's listening to what the coaches are saying, what Eberflus is saying, and that way he can kind of have, he may ask a question like, all right, we scored, right? Who blew that coverage? And they'll ask Eberflus, what happened right here? Why is he so wide open?
And he pulls the pad out and shows them this is what
happened.
And
then, somebody in the meeting room.
Oh, gotcha.
He's like, what happened right here? Why is he so wide open? Who blew the coverage? Yeah, right here we had this coverage call. We covered 3, the safety, whatever the mistake was, or if there a lot of times you'll have refs at practice. If there's an excessive amount of holding on the defense, he comes into the meeting, and I'm meaning. Brian Schottenheimer comes in the meeting. All right, guys, listen. No, we got the results back from the ref today. 7 defensive holding plays today. Let's break out, the boxing gloves, whatever we got to do so that we don't have the holding on the defense. Well, we have to address that. And then when they watch the film, they start seeing it, and they go, okay, maybe that wasn't a hold. Maybe this was a hold. Oh yeah. So that's the part that he'll take part in the defensive side. But he is really, really, really dependent upon Eberflus running it the best that he possibly can.
Did he pick Eberflus, or was that kind of given to him as his?
He'd already been hired, so I assume he had a big say in hiring Eberflus.
Because that seems like a very you're dependent as the head coach. You're the offensive coordinator. If you're depending solely, like you said, on that's a very important position because you're trusting that to, hey, you go take care of that. I'm going to take care of this, and then you split duties. Was that a GM appointed position, or was that something that he was like, this is the guy that I want, or was it kind of like, this is the guy we're going to get? Are you good with this?
I want to say when they started this process, it was more so from the uppers that decided to bring Matt Eberflus back. I don't know if this was a Brian Schottenheimer get. I think it was more of a Brian Schottenheimer I'm okay with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Here's what we're thinking about doing. Are you good with this? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he was like, because he handpicked a lot of his other guys and placed them, right?
His offensive guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, his offensive guys, a lot of those he picked.
Yeah.
Defensively, I don't know if he was 100% the guy who was calling the shots on who his DC was going to be.
Can I ask another coaching-related question?
Don't ask me. Ask Jesse. Don't look at me when you say that.
Well,
sure, Kurt. You can ask me anything you want.
I'm interjecting your flow here, So Shotty said today that after the practice, don't read much into it, guys. We literally played 2 coverages. We're playing with this, kept all our clubs in the bag, 7-iron. That's probably what we're going to do the whole preseason, a 7-iron. Is it hard? Now, I understand, you're not giving away things right now. You're working on the basics. But do guys need to expand the playbook some now against competition so that they are ready when the real games get here in September?
See, this is why I've always been such an advocate of, one, not losing that 4th preseason game and some of those guys playing in these preseason games, because you want to see this stuff on film. You want to be able to practice this stuff. I know they do a lot of this versus their own team, right, where they expand the playbook. But like to Nate's point, like he said, there is a difference when there's another team in there. The speed is different. The competition is different. And, when you talk about not paying much stock into what happened at practice, I don't necessarily agree with that. I get why he has to say it. He's a head coach. Yeah. This is all falling on the shoulders of him. Why I don't agree with that is because this is all that we have with the ones. This is all we have to go off of.
Yeah, how are you going to fix some of this?
You see what I'm saying? Like, this isn't, normally in the past, when Nate was coming up, when I was coming up through the game, you starters played in preseason game number 3.
Yeah.
Right? And so you got a chance to see what it looked like. This is all that we have. This is all that we have to judge off of. Now, granted, we aren't the judge, jury, execution of it all, but when our eyes are looking at things, we don't get much else.
Right.
And going up against your team doesn't necessarily give me the greatest confidence that you're good at what you do, because they aren't good at what they do. Right? Like, so you running the ball and practice well doesn't give me any hope that you're going to do it well in the game, because historically you've had a horrible run defense.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not like the defense that you were going up against in practice were the 2001 Ravens or whatever the year that was, 2000 Ravens, right? Like, if that's them and your defense and you're telling me, man, our running backs are getting off, now I'm like, shoot, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
If they're getting off against this, but your defense has been known to not stop anybody, right? And so then on the same thing on the flip side, if the defense is getting after the quarterback, I'm looking at this and I'm going, I don't know if that's fool's gold, because the offense ain't necessarily been the best offensive line that they've had in years. So what's true? Well, what's true to me is when I see you go up against another team.
Right.
And not necessarily that you have to scheme it up, but when their Jimmies and Joes are moving your Jimmies and Joes, that's what I look at and I go, okay, we still have a problem here.
Yeah.
And so some of the things that we've talked about time and time before that the Cowboys have had issues with showed themselves again when the Rams came to town.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to believe? That you couldn't run the ball a year ago. Rams come to town, you can't run the ball. You couldn't stop the run a year ago. Rams come to town, you're having trouble stopping the run.
Right.
So something to that I have to look into because it matches what your issues were prior to coming to this point.
Is it in a way a good thing and maybe kind of a reality check and like a all right, still a lot of work to be done.
I hope so.
Yeah,
You know, like, hey,
I hope so.
You were doing good against this defense. This defense is what you're really going to be.
And I hope that that's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey guys, don't take the full goals of what you've been doing at practice every single day. Yes, we've been getting some good work in. Yes, we're competing hard. But as you saw, there's another level, right? There's another level than what we've been seeing. And hell, I would even be to the point where I pull guys aside. And I'm like, hey, you see this other guy from this other team? You see how hard he practices?
So, question.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you see how he goes about that?
Yeah.
Young fella, come here. When we watch film, you saw how this dude who's been in the league,
So,
Take note.
Listening to what Nate said and about how well-oiled of a machine the Rams are. I mean, they're at the top of the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're in the top 5 teams in the league, and McVay's been doing this for a long time. A lot of the guys on their team have been doing it. Schotty sounds like he's on the path to be a good head coach. We'll see. We'll see what the talent is, see what he does. But right out of the gate, with the limited sample we have,
He's talked a good game.
all the right things talking.
He's talked a good game. We haven't seen the physical part of the talking, matching.
Right. Let's
on the
just
field
say we
stuff.
do it. It all matches
Okay.
up. Realistically, McVay's been doing this for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think probably the guys that haven't been around come in and they see that and they see, wait a minute, we got a long way to go to get to that,
Mm-hmm.
to reach that intensity this early in training camp. Even if he is the second, you know, the what everybody hopes he is, it's going to take weeks and weeks, months maybe, for that to take shape and everybody kind of get seasoned together, right? Like
Correct.
it's like I think we all hope as fans, like he's great, he talks awesome, he says the right things, he's got the guys competing, he's creating this culture, he's creating this mentality. Even if, like, just listening to Nate, you can tell there's still a long way to go, and to really hope and expect for this season, it's going to take you. Even if you get to that, it's going to take you halfway through the season just to start clicking, like, because nobody's used to this. That's kind of where, like, I was hoping to get in here, we win four of the first 6, and we're set up for the second half of the season, and we're good. Like, I'm kind of like, it's going to take a little bit for this to click.
Maybe Vegas wasn't so wrong.
You know, it may
That's 7.5.
maybe.
No, but to your point, it does take time. And this is, you know, last year we had to hold out with CeeDee Lamb. We saw how that affected him, right? This year we have to hold out with Micah Parsons, which, by the way, I meant to ask Nate this because I haven't seen Micah do anything conditioning-wise.
That's
And,
what I was wondering. At what point does he
like,
can't be ready?
You can't.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
You can't condition with a bad back.
well, stop.
Have you ever had a bad back? You can't do nothing.
Let's stop. Let's stop with the bad back nonsense. But at some point in time, in order to get in football shape, we all know that you have to do football things. You know what I mean? And so we're talking. This isn't new or exclusive to athletes. You can work out for months and months and months and months to get yourself in shape, get yourself right. You take off 3 weeks and you back to square one.
I recently moved. I was thinking this yesterday. I took 3 weeks. I was running 5 miles 2 or 3 times a week.
Yep.
No problem. Sweating, you know, gasping at the end of it, but good. Took 3 weeks off because I've been moving, and then I went out of town for work. Ran yesterday. I was like, oh, it doesn't matter that it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You
I
about
made
died.
it 2.5 miles, and I was like, I'm going to have to walk.
You about died.
I'm going to have to walk. And then I started thinking about the exact same thing. What if I haven't seen Micah do anything? Like, just from a cardio standpoint.
what I'm saying.
Not the calluses and the bruises and the
saying.
bumps, just the cardio part.
That's what I mean.
I mean, you
This
can ride the bike and you can do
the
whatever,
same.
but, like, no.
It ain't the same. and ain't the same to you. Again, you don't understand. If you and I right now, right here, if we wrestled, put on the clock for 60 seconds.
Oh, we'd be dead.
Right? But that's how much do you weigh?
155.
155, 225, leaning on you. So what about Micah?
30 seconds if we were lucky.
Right.
I might make it 30 seconds.
But now imagine doing that. Now imagine us doing that for 45 seconds, taking a break for 45 seconds, taking a break for 45 seconds, taking a break, and you do it 50 times. You're gassed.
Yeah.
Now this is Micah at 245 pounds, leaning up, having a 300-pound dude lean against him for 60 plays.
That's
60 plays.
In your mind.
You're wrestling.
Just going through it from when you played. How long just the cardio part? 2-3 weeks just to get back in cardio shape, much less the
if you're doing it every day,
right.
if you're doing everyday high intense, 2 or 3 weeks.
Plus the physical part, the bruising, the calluses, where your toenails are already falling off.
No, you're laughing like that's a real thing. Your feet hurting, the big toe hurting, the knee, the hamstrings, the back, for real back. You know what I'm saying? And because you have to get to it, you have to get past the point of, because everyone enters training camp healthy. After the first week, everyone's hurt. It's all about what degree.
Mm-hmm.
There's hurt and there's injured. Hurt.
Darren Woods said, I entered training camp in the best shape of my life and left training camp in the worst shape.
Yeah. And then you always hear about the war of attrition. It's about how can I maintain this throughout the season? Because once you get out of training camp, brother, you hurt. Everybody's hurt. That's why you hear coaches say there's hurt, there's injured. Hurt, you got to be able to play through.
Yeah.
Got to be able to push through hurt. Injured means, all right, now we got to take some days off, some medical treatment. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's dealing with something.
So what's that? Kurt had this in the rundown. What's the tipping point in your opinion where Micah's not Micah unless he's doing stuff by what date? Next week?
By preseason game 2.
If he's not in camp and full blown, then
it's going to take a minute.
It's going to take a couple games for him to get back.
And my fear is, because I don't know Micah personally, but knowing Micah the player, it's when you go from 0 to 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's when injuries happen. That's when something is bound to, and then it's the getting what word am I looking for? My coordination. Mm-hmm. I want to get my coordination right. I want to get my moves down. I want to practice my swim. I want to practice my rip and pull. I want to practice my my rip and dip. I want to practice all these things in practice. But when I get in the game, I don't want to get to Philadelphia, and this is the first time I'm trying something.
And we know if you make it back here, let's just say you have a week of practice at training camp. Practice out here ain't practice like it is at training camp. No. It's not as physical. You can't
physical
because of the CBA.
The pads aren't on.
Intensity.
Times aren't there. The intensity isn't there, and still. Because you haven't been to practice, he still has to go through a ramp-up period. That's by NFL. So he has to take a couple of days to get in the ramp-up period. So you won't even be able to really do what they're doing because you haven't gotten to the ramp-up period that the NFL requires you to do.
Let's get this thing done. Let's get it done. Sign it tonight.
Would be nice.
Get it knocked out so we can find something else to talk about. I don't want to talk about this.
JJ standing 10 toes down on that.
Yes, what did he say yesterday? Hadn't talked to the player, hadn't talked to the agent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing.
That's wild.
Unbelievable. All right, fellas, good stuff, man. This was a great show. Kurt, Jesse, Paul, thanks for keeping us on the air. Nate,
you have your seat back.
No,
Nate, thanks.
Whatever. As long as I'm in the building.
Nate, thanks for spending 2 segments with us. Chris, we don't know what happened to you. You don't respond to the group text anymore. You don't chime in on the show. He's just living it up out in California, being a bum.
California.
We'll be back Friday, probably without Kurt. Me and Jesse will be here. Nate will call in, and then we'll figure out what's going on next week. Thanks for tuning in to Hanging with the Boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?